What are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about a Canadian who was very famous, but not necessarily for reasons you'd expect, and whose death has become almost like an internet legend, like a meme. And we're gonna talk about the life and death of Gary Hoy.
Gary Hoy.
It all come together when we go further into this story, and you'll be like, "Oh, I think I've heard that story before."
I don't think I have, but all right.
This is the real story.
Give me a juicy bit. We haven't done juicy bits in a while. Give me a juicy bit about Gary Hoy before we go in, so that I have something to cling to.
I guess the moment of his death is incredibly famous.
Okay.
And it was a real. It's one of those situations where it kind of feels almost unbelievable that it's kind of feels like it was written for a movie, and because it happened, it's actually been that situation has been recreated in TV shows and movies after as well.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
They say you can't write this, you couldn't have written it, but then afterwards people did rewrite it. So,
all right, play the music.
It's very cryptic. Play the music.
What makes Canada boring?
Have you ever seen the flag? It's a leaf.
£1 million to go to Canada.
Canada is boring.
I was actually shocked. I mean, from all the countries they could choose from.
Do you like maple syrup?
No, I don't.
These Canadians ain't got a care in the world.
Get my country's name out of your fucking mouth.
It's like, oh, he's in Canada. All right. Okay, you communist.
The country needs you. I'm Canadian.
But don't feel bad for Canada. Believe me, this is their strategy.
I'll tell you another thing. Their beer sucks.
Hello and welcome to Canada is Boring. My name is Rhys Waters. With me is I don't know, what are you doing?
Yawning and stretching. Yeah.
The MGM lion impersonating Jesse. There he is. Do you want to learn about Gary Hoy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So our story begins in Toronto in the late 1980s. Did you go to Toronto in the late 1980s? I didn't. I would have been 6.
No, I did not.
Okay. So it was when Toronto was like starting to have the kind of lots of towers going up, lots of glass and steel flying up. As all these towers are shooting out and Toronto is becoming a very modern city, the Toronto Dominion Centre was complete. It was built in stages between the 1960s and early 1970s, and it was like a it's a minimalist black tower with massive glass panes and clean lines, and it was basically like corporate Toronto, this big tower.
Okay.
So inside one of those towers worked Gary Hoy.
Okay.
So Gary Hoy was a well-regarded lawyer at Holden Day Wilson, which was a prominent Bay Street law firm. He wasn't like a senior partner or like famous, but he was in his 30s and already considered very successful for a lawyer. So he was smart, he was confident, and he was the kind of professional who knew his stuff and also enjoyed demonstrating what he knew and like. Okay. Explaining law to the fine detail.
Okay. So he was a law nerd.
Yeah, and he was very, very passionate about demonstrating his arguments in a way that would allow people to understand them rather than just asserting his argument. It was like, hey, no, let me bring you into like my thought process. So he was very much like he liked a good debate and a good argument, especially a complex one, but liked to do it in quite an inclusive way.
Okay. All right. You're really painting a picture here of a lawyer. It's cool, I guess.
But this is all relevant to what happens later. Just so you know,
right. Sure.
These are sophisticated building blocks, Jesse, in a story. So he was born in Canada, and kind of he was educated in Canada too, and like he built his whole life in Canada, and was at the time he was practicing corporate and securities law, work that required precision, interpretation, and risk assessment.
God, that sounds so boring.
So lawyers in that space, it kind of sounds boring, but it's actually quite interesting. Lawyers in that space are basically trained to look for weak points and to stress test assumptions. So they have to look at write a contract or review a contract in the sense of, what if this happens? What will the implications be? So basically you're trying to cover all variables with potential kind of pre-written solutions and things. You've got to look into the future, essentially.
Okay. Interesting. I guess that's.
So it was all about understanding a system and understanding.
I mean, that is kind of cool. I'll give you that. It's like, right, troubleshooting the future sort of thing.
So it was all around understanding systems and then how those systems behave under pressure. And
I really hope this is leading to something.
So he was also known as being a bit of a showman, and
right,
not necessarily in a particularly reckless way, but he was just quite confident, and he enjoyed engaging with summer students and visitors, and would walk them through the space, like the office, show them how things worked. And one of his favorite demonstrations involved the building itself. So the glass.
What was the building called again?
The Toronto Dominion Centre.
Okay.
So the glass walls.
Look this up.
The glass walls at the Toronto Dominion Centre were engineered to be extremely strong. So they're these huge, large panes of glass designed to withstand pressure, impact, and anything you can throw at it.
Okay.
So
looking at it now, they look pretty impressive.
So Gary knew this, and he understood the engineering principle behind it because that's the way his brain was wired. So when asked about the structural integrity and the safety of the glass, he would demonstrate the point by running toward the window and bouncing off it.
Please tell me this is how he died.
So he would let his weight press against the glass before stepping back. The glass would always flex, but it would never break.
Please tell me this is how he died.
And to people watching, it kind of looked a bit like a magic trick.
Did he run at the glass?
But to Gary, it was physics. He wasn't afraid of physics. He understood the principles behind it.
Well, he's like, here, kids, watch this, and he just ran at the glass and threw his body at it.
I'll get to it now. So the glass was shatterproof. And
oh, okay.
So the glass was shatterproof, but on July the 9th, 1993, a group of articling students, law graduates who were completing their mandatory training, were being given a tour of the firm's offices. Hoy, as he had done before, decided to illustrate the point about the building's construction. Apparently, accounts vary, but the central moment is consistent. He ran towards the window. He made contact with the glass. The glass did not shatter. However, instead, the entire pane detached from the frame.
I'm crying. Well, I mean, he was right. It didn't break.
He was 100% right.
100%
right.
The bridge was death.
Don't run off to Canada. It's so boring there.
Patreon.com/Canada is boring. Canada's coolest club. Premium fun, privileged access to secret content, a chat app with the hosts, hours of fun for everyone, the promise of eternal life.
Patreon.com/Canada is boring.
I don't know if the pane broke when it hit the floor,
what floor were they on? Admittedly, having the glass shatter would have been funnier. Honestly, there's something very funny about that.
He was right. So he fell from the 24th floor.
Jesus Christ.
He landed in the atrium below. The impact was fatal, and he was pronounced dead at the scene, obviously.
Yes.
But the engineering worked. It worked exactly as it was designed.
I think that would suck, falling to your death with enough time to know that your death is inevitable and there's nothing you can do about it would either suck or be really funny. Like, you know, just start like screaming, wee, or something. Like, what can you do? You know, like.
So, and that's the thing, is that Gary was basically testing the wrong variable. He was testing the glass, but he never took into consideration the structure of the frame.
That's amazing.
So like,
who was watching? Was it a bunch of kids?
A bunch of students, yeah.
Oh my God. So
within hours.
I know I shouldn't be laughing and someone died, but still, it's so fucking funny.
But within hours, like headlines, like were spreading. Like the radio was talking about this absurd death. He kind of became like a punchline and a meme with his death. And like people said, he was.
I've never heard of it. You said I've heard of it.
No, I heard about it before I went into detail on it. But he was also considered to be like, people were like, he was an arrogant lawyer who blah 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 blah. But it wasn't he was ignorant of the risk. He was just really confident in the data and was like, had repeatedly proven it correct. But what he lacked was the scope to see that the glass plane relied on the frame. So, and now, and this is referenced a lot in engineering textbooks today. They don't name him, but the principle of it is in there. It's all about design strength and system resilience. So like a structure can be safe by specification, but dangerous by behavior. So it's a kind of one of those things where designers have to anticipate how things will be misused, not just used when they design them.
Right. Fascinating.
So there we go. Gary Hoy.
That was a short but sweet one, man. That was fucking funny.
I mean, there's not a lot of story to tell. Man jumped through the window. But
I can now understand why he went into such lavish detail about how he was a lawyer and the things he enjoyed talking about as a lawyer. I'm like, you got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. Risk assessment, calculated risk, all that kind of stuff. It all tied in very nicely with an ironic death.
I have a very visual mind, and that just played out. It's still playing in my head. Just the reaction from the kids, I can only imagine. Hey kids, watch this.
Do you like physics? You'll love this. Let's do the small talk dimension.
Oh, let's do it.
You are now entering the STD zone. Incoming STD. Loading small talk. Enhancing anecdotes. Dick jokes processing. You have reached the small talk dimension zone.
So Jesse, what's
that was funny.
Irritating your tits this week?
What is irritating my tits?
Yeah,
that's we're gonna have to. That's a slogan.
Is that a slogan? What's irritating your tits?
I think it'll become one on this show, at least. I'll try to bring that up next time if we can. I'm heading to. I'm going on vacation, a working vacation. I've got some work to do, but I'm thinking like I could either work from my apartment in this cold Montreal winter. Fuck, man. They said Montreal winters are brutal. I had no idea. I love this city, but damn. So I'm like, all right, I want to look for a nice warm place where I can at least just sit in the warmth and take a walk if I want to outside and just work in peace. And so I looked around and everything is unbelievably expensive. I don't know why. I'm sure there's an economic reason for it, but like beyond what you're used to.
Travel's a luxury. Travel is expensive.
No, it always has been, but like look it up. Seriously, even you will be like, what is going on with these prices? What's happening? Like it's kind of weird, honestly, right? Everywhere.
But you're booking, your lack of planning means that you're booking
No, I had a plan.
I book flights a year in advance because they're always way cheaper. And the closer you get to the flight, the more the prices go up, Jesse.
That's fair, but it's
you're
not
you're paying the maximum price for things because you do it the week before you go.
I just want to defend myself here, okay? I was planning on booking it like a month and a half beforehand, and then I got sucked into helping a company who was in desperate need. And so I did that for a month and a half. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's take a look at the prices now. It wasn't just me being lazy. Thank you very much.
No, I'm just saying book your trips a year in advance. You'll save a fortune.
Yeah, my life is chaotic as fuck, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing from month to month, let alone a year to year. But anyway, I found a cheap place. All my friends think I'm fucking crazy, but
you go to Cuba.
I'm going to Cuba, which is currently facing a food, water, medicine, and fuel shortage.
But here's my favorite thing. A country is experiencing food, water, and like heating shortages, all this kind of stuff. Jesse is going to an all-inclusive, all-you-can-eat buffet resort.
Yep. I'm gonna insist that the staff stand around me and watch as I eat.
We won't question the ethics because I don't want to ruin your trip, but I'm sure it'll be lovely. I love Cuba. I went there when I was 14. I had a great time.
Super cheap right now because like no one's going. Like even the Canadian website travel advisory is like, don't go to Cuba. And I'm like, nah, let's go. Like honestly, like the power shortages, and there are power shortages. That's exciting. I'll go downstairs and I'll tell ghost stories to the staff, and like, I don't know, any of that other stuff. It's just adventure. I was thinking, like, I was talking to my friend Ryan about this, about how like the differences between when we're young and when we're old, mentally, as far as how we see and act in the world. When we're young, the whole saying like, I wish that I knew then what I know now when I was younger, sort of thing. Like I wish I had my brain in my 20-year-old body, so I'd be able to tackle the world so much better.
Okay.
You've heard that sort of sentiment, right? Like,
yeah, but then you get dementia by the time you're 40.
Yeah, that was good. So when we're younger, we have this incredible sense of adventure, but we're so stupid, right? Like I took all of my savings as a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, whatever, $300, and I got into a car with some friends and we went gambling our money across the country and trying to survive off of only the profits. This is a thing that we did.
I don't think you go into a country because it's cheap, despite all of the official advice not to go there, really backs up your point.
No, you hear me out. Okay. We were adventurous, but not wise back in the day. All right.
That's exactly how I would describe you now.
Well, now I'm more wise.
And not wise.
Thanks,
Go to a country that's in crisis. Go to a country that's in crisis. Anyway, you'll have a nice.
You're really making me look bad here, man. Come on.
Am I?
Yes. All right, never mind. Fuck it.
Cuba's beautiful, lovely people, wonderful weather. I don't know. Maybe it's overblown. You don't know. You don't know what the news reports are.
I've been going on YouTube and looking at people's travels videos from like the past week or so, and it seems like everyone's doing really well there.
Thing I don't understand: socialist or communist country, everyone gets paid the same, unless you're in charge. You get a palace, and we flew on Cubana Airlines, still had a first class. How does that work?
You say this again? You had what?
Well, it was a country where everyone gets paid the same, whether you sweep the streets or you're a doctor. Yet the Cubana Airlines, the national airlines of Cuba, didn't follow those principles, and they had a first class area on the plane.
It was for other people, for passengers.
No, I know.
In and go. You got to fly first class going in and out? Is that what you're saying?
We got upgraded on the way back for free. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
I took out
luxury communist airline.
I heard that you should bring toiletries and things of that nature when visiting. And I'm like, I'm not stuffing my suitcase with toilet paper to hand out to people randomly. That's just not a thing I'm going to do. But I did take out like $400 in cash so that I could tip people when I'm there. You fuck. I'm not just.
Did you do US dollars?
Yeah, both U.S. and Canada.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. See, I'm nice. I think about people.
I was joking.
I get enough fucking flack on this show with. Don't need you to put me down.
Yeah. Last time, it's anyway, you'll have a good time. I had something terrible happen to me recently.
Oh, good.
Street fucker.
Just make me feel better. Tell me more.
I was reversing
street fucker. Rhys's Lamborghini.
It's a Mustang. We had this really heavy, damp, wet snowstorm, and it was really treacherous. And I was reversing backwards down a hill, and basically the gravity just started taking it, and ended up half in a ditch. And I had to get the
Did you not put your snow tires on?
I had snow tires on, zero traction at all. It was just sliding down. And luckily, the wonderful people at the CAA, not the CIA, the CAA came and got me out of the ditch. And there wasn't even a scratch.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Okay.
It's good. So
Street fucker. I do like that car. I do enjoy Street fucker. Street fucker got fucked by the street. Here we go.
By the snow. Anyway.
By the snow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
cool.
This whole Cuba adventure, I have to wake up. I have to leave at 4:00 in the morning to get to the airport in time to go through security and get.
But you get to go somewhere beautiful on vacation. Why is that a bad thing?
No. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Is the thing. Like I don't know how.
You set an alarm.
What time do I go to bed? Like 9 p.m. What the fuck?
Like I said, just stay up.
It'll be so gross.
It'll be fine. Well, anyway, yeah. Maybe we'll do an episode while you're in Cuba.
Sure. I can't bring my professional mic stuff.
Do it on your phone.
Do it on my phone.
They're used to terrible quality, the audience from us anyway. Right. Well, thanks very much for listening, everyone. Go to YouTube, go to Patreon.
Thanks for listening to us rich fucks talk about our rich fuck stories about me going to Cuba and Rhys with his Mustang problems. Yeah.
The Mustang is a blue-collar sports car, I have you know.
And I'm taking the cheapest vacation package I can find on the internet.
And you're currently going to an all-you-can-eat buffet in the middle of a famine, so...
Keep bringing that up, fuckface.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Super they cool, they much too polite. A place that's exciting with kryptonite. You may fall asleep with no warning because